And then Wednesday got bit in the dick, or today. Tomorrow I was supposed to go do some Krav, but I had to reschedule a measurement, so that's fucking out.
Just didn't fill up
And
to it.
now what's that?
I said you just didn't fill up to it. Oh, hold on. I gotta double check my OBS settings. We are live, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed. I got the Whoopi made a whoopsie.
All right, we're good.
We're good. Yeah.
Everything is gold, but yeah, no, I understand. Being tired and
So essentially now I've just said fuck it for the week. I might get in there one day, but I don't know.
I went before I got this cold. I was like 3-4 days in, and then like the last day I went, I was just like, I didn't have any type of want to. Like I just got to the gym and I was just like, all right, let's do some shit. I don't want to be here.
Well, and then all through the home show, there was no point. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Let's talk about Whoopi.
Let's talk about the artist formerly known as Whoopi Cushion. No, that's legit. Her first stage name was Whoopi Cushion. I'm not kidding. I wish I was kidding.
And the funny thing is Goldberg is a Jewish name.
Well, there was somebody said that they were like, oh, well, she's not anti-Semitic, which, full disclosure, I don't think Whoopi Goldberg is anti-Semitic.
No, I think she just said something way out of line.
I think she said something that was trying to... I think she was trying to sound woke, but ended up saying something really ignorant and stupid. And see, here's what should have happened. If The View was a good show, kind of like the Average Intelligence podcast.
Shameless plug.
What would have happened, or what should have happened, is Whoopi would have said what Whoopi would have said what she said, and then Joy Behar would have been like, Whoopi, I love you, but what you said was fucking stupid.
See, that's the thing. They like, if like someone has a conservative speaking view, they only combat them. But when it's like something that's like completely crazy, they don't like fight each other on it. They just
no, and it's so weird that they don't, because I would have thought of it because Joy Behar is Jewish, right? Or at least I think she's Jewish.
She sounds like it. Not trying to be that
See,
guy.
that is.
See that.
Well,
that's
apparently, you can't be racist against the Jewish people now. So, welcome to the club.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, Joy Behar should have at least, but she didn't flat from what I saw, because I didn't watch the entire episode, but I saw the clip of the interaction. From what I saw, you could tell she was kind of like, but then she didn't go into it. And see, this is what good friends do, is when you say something really stupid, like, check this out. Hey, Eric, I met this girl at a bar, and we really hit it off, and but see, the only problem is, like, her ex-boyfriend put her in a really bad financial situation. She's got credit cards and all that, and I think I'm going to pay that off and buy her a car.
No.
Exactly. That reaction right there, that is what a friend does.
That's what they should do. They should be like,
well, yeah, that's what a good friend does. They don't go, oh, well, you can do whatever you want. Because, like, no,
it's like,
dumbass.
At least get laid first and then figure it out from there.
At least get what you pay for.
Yeah, right. Be like, if it's trash, pass. If it's gold, mold.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Joy definitely should have been like, Whoopi, you're going a little too far there.
Anybody should have, because I want to know how Joe Rogan can have a doctor on a show and get more. Well, I guess Whoopi did get flack. She got flack. And see, here's the thing. I think she got too much flack.
Stoner Bro said after finding out her real name was Karen, I understand so much more. That's
That's
true.
true.
That is so good. She is a Karen. She's the ultimate. Well, she's one of the ultimate
Oh,
Karens.
she's not. She's far from the ultimate Karen.
Yeah.
And see, this is a relatively new development too, because if you remember Whoopi Goldberg back in the 80s and 90s, I mean, well,
She
particularly
was
the
fun
90s.
and funny.
Well,
she
and
had good movies.
she didn't give a shit.
No, and that's the
I
thing.
don't
I think
know
she's
what
still
happened.
trying to. Well, no, that's the thing. I think she's still trying to do that, but she's doing it through like a completely different lens, and the way she's portraying herself, like she sounds extremely stupid and ignorant, but yet she's not conveying the proper message. I think she was trying to convey a different message, and I think she got taken out of
No,
context.
I'll tell you exactly. No, she meant what she said. What she was trying to say is that white people can't be racist against other white people. Which is, I mean, so, but here's the thing, and this is the problem with the left, as it were, is because definitions fluctuate with them. So she's not even wrong technically, because they've morphed the definition of what racism is to fit that. But then you get into the whole thing is like our Jewish people, which I'm not going to answer this question because A, I'm not Jewish, and B, I don't particularly care to answer it, because you can absolutely discriminate against the Jews. Whether or not you call it racist anti-Semitism or just discrimination is kind of irrelevant, because
I like money. Just kidding.
This is not exclusive to the children of Abraham.
And that's a funny stereotype. You know, that's all it is, just a stereotype. Like white people, how they all live in trailers. I'm just kidding. I grew up in one, motherfucker.
I thought I was supposed to be born rich.
Yeah. This is I don't know.
It's not water.
No, this is absolutely water.
Absolutely
trying to get over
water.
this damn cold. I gotta drink tons of water.
Yeah, no shit.
I need to call Joe Rogan's doctor.
No, but what I was getting at is what Whoopi meant when she said, because what she was trying to say is that white people cannot be racist against other white people. It's the innate shittiness of humankind is what was on display during the Holocaust. And I'm like, first of all, it wasn't just Jews. It was, numerically speaking, it was mostly Jews that were, they were the number one.
It was anyone who opposed them.
What do you mean?
The Nazis at the time, they didn't just take Jewish.
Oh
people.
yeah, but I mean they persecuted Jewish people, Poles, political prisoners.
Anyone that didn't have blue hair, Bulma.
Blue hair.
White.
Well, I mean, nowadays,
blue eyes and blonde hair, because that was apparently Hitler's race, and though he was Jewish and. It's funny.
He had Jewish ancestry, but Hitler was not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't remember what.
He was a Christian, wasn't he?
Actually, you know what? I can speak on this. Because remember, a long time ago, I did the Ancestry DNA thing. I'm 20% Jewish.
Oh, I thought he was going to say you're 20% Hitler.
No, well, no, I'm like, let's be real. I'm like 70% Hitler.
Whoa, we're getting canceled. all 58.
It is okay. Our channel is small enough to survive.
It's just, the biggest problem of the left is mental illness. Nowadays, I can see that.
We're cracking. At least we're cracking Stoner Brothers up tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. But it is okay, because before they know it, we are a small channel now, but before they know it, we will build up an army of followers and trolls.
And we will take over the world.
And we will unleash them upon the radical left on YouTube.
Oh, man. I can't wait to get a better camera.
Oh, this isn't bad.
No.
Camera. We're totally just sitting outside by the fire that's frozen in time. And apparently it's autumn outside.
I would say it's cold outside, but it's not that bad right now. It's actually really nice today.
Yeah, I know.
It was 52.
That's fucking Indiana for you.
Oh yeah, all four seasons in a few days.
A few days ago it was 4.
Dude, and then before that it was like 61.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane.
It's fucking.
So
it's gonna be spring sometime.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan, man, how do we tie him into all this?
Well,
Wasn't
I
she
mean, it
talking
ties
shit about Spotify? Whoopi
at
Goldberg?
some point. Yeah, but well, so one more thing I want to touch on with Whoopi.
Oh yeah,
Shit,
just talk about it all.
So here's the hilarious thing, and I heard Ben Shapiro say this. I've heard some other people say this. I'm in the camp. I don't think Whoopi Goldberg should have been suspended. What I think should have happened is even if
Nah, she should have been fired, bro.
no, well,
No,
okay,
no. Reason being,
by their standards, yes.
I'm talking by Roseanne standards. I'm just saying. Like that was kind of bullshit. The way that went down. Don't get me wrong. And the funny thing is, what was it? Roseanne ended up saying that she took sleeping medication, and it was
Yeah.
known for actually causing crazy stuff. But I was like, but does it really? I was like,
I don't know if that's what made Roseanne crazy, but
yeah, I was like, she's crazy. I love Roseanne the show. You know.
oh, I
I haven't seen the Connors yet.
I love it's. I watched like I think 2 episodes.
Well,
it's just they're
it
trying
got
to
really
recapture.
woke.
Yeah, they're trying to recapture Roseanne, and it's like you can't be woke and be Roseanne.
And you can't
Sorry.
capture Roseanne without Roseanne.
Well, Roseanne is on the show, but
Rosanna.
But yeah, so I'm in the camp. I don't think Whoopi should have been suspended. What I think should have happened is if Joy didn't get into it with her, and by get into it I mean a debate, not a like, well, fuck you, Whoopi. The next episode they might have done well to have a historian come on and be like, hey, Whoopi, here's the thing. So now after we unloaded all this on you, do you really think that you want to stand by that statement?
I'm pretty sure she'd be like, let me tell you.
Well, no, and like let's be real here, because this does kind of highlight something that I've complained about. I don't think on the podcast, but it's a thing. There's an alarming number of people that either don't know what the Holocaust is, or at the very least don't know. I mean, they don't really understand what happened.
Yeah.
But I'm shocked by the number of people that literally don't know what the Holocaust is.
Go around and I mean, next time you just meet a random person on the street, just ask them if they can name 5 presidents.
Oh, shit.
And not the most recent 3. They'd be like,
oh. Well, here's the sad thing is I've seen some of those videos and people couldn't tell you. There are some people out there who couldn't tell you who the last 5 sitting presidents were.
Or when the Constitution was written and basically signed, and it's like.
You mean ratified?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
When was the Constitution ratified?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
1776, right?
Nope.
Ratified? 1792.
Yeah, you're thinking 1789.
Oh, damn. That was a couple years off.
And before I sound like an ass.
See, I don't know.
Yeah,
1789. I don't know the difference between that. Ratified, what is that like put into
like finalized and signed and all that good shit. Oh. Made official.
Okay. It was notarized.
It was notarized. We waited for a notary public since 1776. Let's go.
I'm telling you,
you're thinking of Declaration of Independence.
Notaries are the biggest ripoff of the United States.
Well, you don't have to pay for them.
I had a $150 charge on my fucking house for it. It wasn't my choice. We had to have a notary sign something because we did it. I had COVID, so I couldn't go to the place to sign. It was up in Fishers, by the way, and they wouldn't let us come up, which, understandable, but I was asking if they could do curbside, and they was like, well, we can just do this and this and this, and you just sign it through email, and then they charged me a $150 notary fee, which I specifically said I wanted to come there.
Yeah, but that's not a notary public. That's some weird thing that they're doing.
I don't know. I got charged for it.
I've heard some people had to pay for it. I always just go to your bank. There's probably somebody there who's a notary.
I didn't think about that. That's a good
idea.
But
I don't think what they asked you to do was an actual notary public. I think that was some weird I don't know.
It's a
Anyway,
notary charge.
yeah, but I know, but I don't think
Something
that's
different.
Yeah, I think that's something different because mortgage companies will just make mortgage and title companies will just be like,
85% of the fucking charges are bullshit.
yeah, exactly, and it's like, well, fuck, I could have done that.
All right, so where are we going? Hell, if we don't change our ways.
Whoopie.
Made a whoopsie.
What was the company? And I'm drawing a blank. The company, some company just offered Joe Rogan $100 million to switch from
Rumble.
Spotify. Rumble. Yep, that was
Yeah,
it.
and the funny thing is, someone else asked him to come to their platform, but he said, who was it? They said we can't offer you $100 million, but who was it? I can't remember.
I didn't know about that. I only knew about the Rumble.
No, dude, he's getting offers all across the board, and people are like,
Well, and it stands
come
to
to
reason
us.
because if Joe Rogan touches something, it makes money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people think that because he went to Spotify, he got a bunch of listeners. It's like, no, he brought a
No,
bunch of
he
listeners.
brought listeners to. I'm one of them. I didn't use Spotify before Joe Rogan went there, but I had to go there if I wanted to listen to the Joe Rogan experience, which I mean I'm fine with. But
Yeah. I just wish that there was an actual way to shut off the video. Like everyone's like, oh,
there is.
no, the video actually still plays. You know, and it's actually quite annoying because if you open up your Spotify, it pops up the video. Now
It usually doesn't for me.
well, I don't know, it's weird, but like data wise, back when I had to worry about data, it annoyed me. You know, not everybody has a bunch of data, and videos eat up a lot of data. You know, if you're not
Yeah,
on Wi-Fi.
there is a way. I don't know the steps, but there is a way that you can get audio only.
Well, that's what I liked about YouTube is because I could turn the like down to 144p, and you know, just put it on while I was driving around doing my old job. I miss that, being able to just drive around and listen to podcasts for hours.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Podcasts like this one,
Yeah,
which you can enjoy on various audio streaming platforms, including Spotify, because we haven't been canceled yet, but give it time.
indubitably.
Indubitably.
We did get a warning.
That was from YouTube though.
Yeah, you know, for
And
medical
ironically,
misinformation.
ironically, that episode is still available on Spotify.
And the funny thing is, the premise behind that, we literally said in the episode, this is not medical advice, and they still labeled it medical misinformation, and we didn't even like say to do this or that.
I still can't. Well, the only thing that I did say,
if
ironically,
you say talk to your doctor, that's medical misinformation.
well, no, because the only thing I did say that I can recall was get vaccinated. And because I was I'm not going to repeat it, but I was telling people that one of the vaccines was not like the others.
Oh yeah, but then they're coming up with boosters for it.
Yeah, but yes. Oh, our comrade from, I'm guessing Russia, is with us again today. Good morrow, good sir.
Is that a legit?
It was last time.
What says VUM dot today? I
oh, probably not.
I thought it was spam.
Oh, it probably is, but
hey,
that
comments.
same.
I don't care.
Hey, welcome, comrade.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I tell you what, I don't care what anyone says.
This is the Russian space station.
Russians have the best accent. I don't care what anyone says, and the women. They don't have. I don't know what I'm doing there.
Oh no, I'm getting
I'm the Godfather.
What can I do on the day of my daughter's wedding?
It almost looks like we're. Hold on, do it. Other side.
Fuck.
Oh no. Border control. It's not working.
What?
I don't even know. But anyway, so I had a point about Whoopi. Can't remember. I don't know.
I don't think she should have been canceled. But
She's
on
not
the one
canceled.
hand,
She only got a fucking 2 weeks.
oh, I'm sorry,
suspension.
suspended.
And then did you know? No, that I remember what I was gonna say was she went on another show the next night or the a night after and doubled down. Yeah, so that's where you go. And then like they said, they suspended her for her to educate herself and realize that it was a sensitive subject and that she portrayed it wrongly. And then she goes on another show and then blah blah blah. And then the network's like, hey, and then she's like, I'm really sorry for what I said. And that's it. It's like, bitch, you're not sorry.
Well, no, and I mean, well, and here's the thing, because if we lived in a world where people were actually allowed to say their opinions, maybe she's not sorry. And here's the thing, that's okay, but like you can say whatever you want, but just be prepared for somebody to come along and be like, yeah, here's why you're wrong. and see Whoopi, here's the thing, it's not that difficult to just admit you were wrong, because like I've said numerous times, I didn't think that there was a dark side of the moon, or like a permanent one.
Yeah, you thought the moon spun.
I thought it rotated. I didn't know that it was in a tidal lock. And
isn't that kind of weird? How the moon moves further away from us every single year, just slightly, but yet they spin so perfectly. It's wild.
Yeah, but see, I did not know that.
Joy Behar and Whoopi are like the moon and the earth. They spin perfectly, so they're on the same wavelength.
Solid tie-in.
But
but see, it's that easy.
What is?
Just saying that, oh fuck, I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, she should have said it out loud and be like, no, okay, never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
That's wrong.
Because see, here's the thing.
I'm talking. She should have said that instead of just once again using race, man. And I'm like, look, I get it, but at the same time, it's like we are not the same country. If anything, it's gotten
totally, because we've been persecuted so much. The white man.
Oh, I mean,
I'm kidding.
It depends on your ancestry.
Yeah, okay, but that's another.
I'm Irish, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's an interesting slope that sometimes people go down, and it's like, yes,
like how people think that they were slaves, and it's like indentured servitude is a little different.
I mean,
it's still just as bad.
But here's the thing: there was legitimate slavery, but the difference being is that was in the minority, whereas with other groups it was in the majority, and these are not the same things.
Yeah, but they were treated like absolute dog shit, though.
Not compared to African slaves.
No.
But it's not even close.
That's the thing. I'm not comparing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is a lot of people do, and like let's be real about this. If you think that persecution of the Irish is even close to the same level as with African slaves, it's not even on the same planet. But there are people, usually those that say things in the same vein of like, well, the Civil War wasn't about slavery, it was about states' rights. It's like, no.
I actually read something really profound today. I don't know if it's true. You'd probably know about this. About a union. No. Was the union north or south?
North.
Okay. Well, then never mind. Then that makes sense. The union had a leader that had an all-black platoon, whatever you want to call them. And
there were a couple. They made a movie about one, the 54th Massachusetts.
There you go. Yeah. That's it. I read about
fantastic.
That today. I was like,
fantastic movie, by the way.
And then a lot of people actually didn't want to bury him like somewhere else, and they wanted to bury him with that. And then his dad was just he belongs with those heroes.
So you're talking about Robert Gould Shaw. Well, and so here's the thing. Actually, if we're talking about the same person.
I don't know who I'm talking about, to be fair.
So I'm going to assume that you're talking about Robert Gould Shaw.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you about the movie, and then that. So the movie is Glory, and it's fantastic. It stars Matthew Broderick, Carrie Ewells, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, and it's a fantastic all-star
Morgan
cast.
Freeman.
And Morgan Freeman,
And then
which I can't do an impression of.
I went to the fridge to get some cereal, and I poured some milk on it, and I ate it up. The first thing he said to me, vagina boob.
So anyway, the movie's called Glory. It's fantastic. I highly recommend you watch it. But here's the kicker. So the actual Robert Gould Shaw is actually even better than the movie portrays him, because there's a scene in the movie where they find out that because obviously it's I don't remember if it was the first. I think it was the first all-black regiment. I could be wrong. At least in the movie, they say it's the first all-black regiment. But anyway, they find out that because these soldiers are black, that they're going to be paid less than the standard salary for an enlisted soldier in the United States Army. In the movie, it's the soldiers who decide to tear up their payments, like their paychecks, or I think it's a pay voucher actually, but they decide to tear them up in kind of like a show of, like, we're not going to stand for this. In reality, Robert Gould Shaw actually was the first to do this and said that he wasn't going to take pay until his men were compensated. And then his officers followed suit. And then I believe the enlisted men did as well. And then going to your burial thing. So at the Battle of I can't remember the name of the battle, but it was in the South.
The Deep South.
The Deep South. The 54th Massachusetts Regiment led the charge. They did eventually win the battle, but obviously pretty much most of the 54th, if not all, was pretty well wiped out. And the Confederacy had a standing order that if they caught any black man in a Union Army uniform, they were to be killed on sight. And then any officers that were in charge of an all-black regiment, or any black soldiers at the time, they were separated into separate regiments, but any white officers would also be summarily executed.
Wow, now that sounds like scary racism.
Yeah, that's this, like, I have to just chuckle at myself whenever I hear that, because it's, now granted, I'm from the North. And here's the fucked up thing is they actually teach this in the South. I don't know if they do anymore, but at one point, and you can thank, by and large part, Woodrow Wilson for this, that fucker. Anyway, so Robert Gould Shaw was originally buried with his men. It was a mass grave. His family at one point was asked if they wanted to exhume the body. And in this, again, this is my understanding. If I'm wrong, let me know. His family was eventually asked if they wanted to exhume the body so that it could be, put in the family plot. And they essentially said, nah, that's where he would have wanted to stay.
Sort of. What I read, I'm assuming it was like officers who obviously had white platoons or whatever, and they said, oh, he deserves to be buried. Maybe it was an opinion, and then the army was saying, hey, do you want the body exhumed, like what you just said? That probably makes sense. Yeah, well, it was a tiny little excerpt.
It was customary for officers, especially if at all possible, that they could be transported. Okay. Which, interestingly enough, a lot of the Civil War was actually responsible for a lot of the advancements in whatever you call the practice of morticians, preserving bodies and
mortuary
whatnot.
Science.
But yeah, the mortuary science. Thank you. A lot of the Civil War was instrumental in a lot of those advancements being
really, because they dealt with a lot of dead bodies.
Well, so they dealt with a lot of dead bodies, and up until that point, they didn't have the technology to preserve them. So mass graves, unmarked graves, things like that were very common. But now we have the ability to preserve bodies a lot longer than just a couple of days. So all of a sudden, you could send, like if somebody was killed in Virginia and they lived in New York, it was no longer unrealistic to get that body back to New York.
Virginia.
In Virginia. Anyway, that took a turn.
Hey, that was a good turn, though. Corner.
I do. I
History Corner.
love that fucking. I love that fucking movie though. It's a great
Have
movie.
you done a History Corner segment?
What the History Corner segment? What do you mean?
You should have a segment, History Corner segment.
On the podcast?
No, you should do it on your channel.
I do some stuff like that. Like I have which there's only one episode, but there's going to be more. I have Unsung Heroes of History segment, and then I've got.
I mean, you could literally talk about history all day.
Oh, I know, it's a problem.
It's like me and astronomy and aliens.
Aliens.
Aliens, man. Giorgio Tsoukalos, he will forever be his hair and the way you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay, yeah.
Aliens.
Aliens. And I love it how he's just like so like 100% convinced. And I'm like, look, even though I'm a huge fan, I'm not 100% convinced.
It's like you're fucking wrong, dude.
You know, it's like I'm Mulder. I want to believe.
Oh, dude, here's the thing. I 100% believe that aliens exist. I just don't think that.
I don't think they're advanced enough to come here.
Even if they are, why the fuck would they want to? We can't even agree with ourselves.
Well, if anything did visit us, I don't think it would be from another planet because the distance is too vast. If anything, it would be extra dimensional. You know, so it wouldn't be from this dimension, and it would be something we probably wouldn't even see because it'd be more advanced because they can break through the space-time whatever. Yeah, see, I know a little bit about stuff.
Ooh, like Interstellar.
Oh, that's a great movie. That's a fantastic movie. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh.
So let's take a turn.
Let's get back to Whoopi.
Let's get back to Whoopi.
Whoopi and Joe.
So
you know what? And here's the thing. This is what should happen. Joe Rogan should have Whoopi Goldberg on his podcast.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
She would. It would be amazing. She would never do it.
No.
Not now. I mean, even a couple years ago, she might have because again, they have the whole comedian thing in common. But
well, Whoopi, that's a huge problem with the left. When they know they're wrong, they don't admit they're wrong. They double down.
No, they double down. Well, because here's the thing, and they almost have to though, because the left has become very, very good at when somebody else is wrong, and by somebody else, I mean
the shit out of you.
Well, but they won't even let you. They won't even let you apologize for being wrong unless you agree to the message. Yep. I'm trying to think of it. Well, Joe Rogan, perfect example.
He's even apologized and taken off 100 freaking episodes.
He's kind of apologized. What he did was he acknowledged that he could have done better. I don't necessarily think that was an apology.
He wasn't saying anything in an ill manner. He was literally stating
I'm not even talking about that.
Shit.
Well, okay, so I do disagree with them a little bit about the use of that word, which I'm not going to say because
I'm sorry. If it's in a document and you're reading something, or if it's in a rap song and you're reading something like Ben Shapiro,
you still don't have to say it.
So what? The way I see it, and then this is the biggest fucking issue I have with this today. It's like if you're gonna put in a rap song, that's like when that. Did you see that video of that rapper? I can't remember who it was. He baited that white girl on stage, and she was rapping a song, and he baited her, and then she said it, or something like that, and then he got mad. And I'm like, it's part of your fucking song.
So here we go. We're gonna have an honest disagreement here. I don't think there's, and like again, I'm not gonna nail somebody for
don't
doing.
You dare
like
say honky anymore. Don't you dare say cracker. Don't you dare say any of this stuff.
No, see these are not the same.
No, it's all when you get down to it, they're all slurs. That's like different cuss words. Fuck is not worse than ass or piss. Or,
yes, it is.
No,
there's subject to gradation
in many people's opinions, but at the end of the day, all they are is just a dirty word. You know, it's like, oh well. Now, granted, am I gonna walk around saying it? No. You know.
Fuck no.
No, I will say that. But
well, no. So here's my point.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
At least this is my perspective. To me, there is no context in which I would need to say that word. Now, that being said, I cannot control what other people do. I can also not mandate what other people do. However, it is very possible. So we're going to get another history lesson here. There is historical context for a word being written down but not spoken. In the Old Testament, in the Hebrew Bible, they write, and so you might know this if you've ever read your Bible, most of the, particularly in the Old Testament, most of the time when you see the Lord in the English version, in the original Hebrew, they would often write, God's name. But the Jewish people were forbidden by Jewish law of saying God's name out loud. So they would replace it with Adonai, which just is Hebrew for Lord. Kind of, but not in the same.
He who must not be named.
In a sense, yes, because again, you would see written on the page Yahweh, but they weren't supposed to say it. So instead,
Is that how you pronounce Yahweh?
Well, yeah, and it's debatable because here's the thing: Hebrew doesn't have vowels per se.
Okay.
But the most agreed upon translation, as far as I understand, is Yahweh.
All right, I'm not trying to tangent you.
No, you're good. You're good. But my point being is that the Jewish people are not supposed to say God's name. So even though Yahweh is written on the page, they would say Adonai instead. When reading aloud. So in very much but there's other. So it's okay. So here's the thing, though. Like again, if you're reading something to a child per se, like a young child, and a random F-bomb that you weren't expecting comes along, are you gonna recite that out loud?
Are you really asking?
Don't answer that because I know your ass would. But you get my point. It's just my personal belief is there's no instance or there's no situation I would ever be in that would necessitate me saying that word, and I fucking hate that word. I do. I think it's one of the few words that I wish would the only reason I don't want it to disappear from language is because whenever something disappears from language, it disappears from history. Yeah. So that's the only reason why I would want it to stay around is in a historical context.
Like book burnings.
Well,
the Nazis killed a whole bunch of literature, and then we're missing all kinds of history from the world because of that bullshit.
I don't think the Nazis took out history. Now,
I don't know if they did it on purpose, but there could have been important
they 100% did it. But by the time the 20th century rolled around, there probably wasn't any book that didn't have a duplicate other language copy made. But
I don't know. Maybe
certainly inside Germany.
Or,
possibly, I was just going to say, unless it was a new manuscript by an author that hadn't been. So, yeah, potentially. Now.
Yeah, and they weren't just like going into like mosques and like stealing like sacred books. They were just burning books from the library.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Quran had a few copies by then.
Ugh. I won't get into that.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you know 72 virgins?
That's not in the Quran.
I know, I'm joking.
At least not that I know of.
No, that's actually yet, isn't that actually just like a thing for them to?
It's my understanding that that's what it was.
Right. But
if you are a follower of Islam and you would like to set us straight, do so in the comments because I admit to my ignorance.
Yes, and I'm gonna stay on this topic for just a little bit more.
Unlike Whoopi Goldberg, who cannot admit to her ignorance.
I don't see. Like I said, there's no reason to say it, but I feel like if other people, anybody, are gonna say it, so what? I mean, and not the abrasive version.
Okay,
there's two
so that's
versions.
another.
There's two versions.
No, there's not. There's not. It's
yes.
the same fucking word.
There's one where basically, like, if you ask most African Americans, and I'm speaking out my ass here, because I've got family.
I'm gonna watch you dig.
All right, just listen. I've got family that are black. I think I think you've met them.
Your cousin, right?
My cousin James and my uncle James, James Jr. and James Sr. Anyway, so the difference, because like I'm just gonna say the last two letters.
ER versus A.
ER versus A. ER is abrasive, and it's just like and even when they say to each other, it's not like a blah blah blah. Yeah, what up, dog? The abrasive version is like a. But when they say the other one, it's just like they're saying, "Hey, brother." What's up, my?
So
It's cultural appropriation between them.
it's appropriation.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say.
It's a cultural thing between them. That's all it is. And then the thing is,
You just hit the key phrase though, between them.
did I say appropriation again?
Yeah.
Get that fucking word out of my mouth. It's a cultural thing between them two. You know, between two of them or how many ever. You know, that's what I'm saying.
It's a cultural thing within the community, but
yes, but who invented the word Negro?
Well, presumably the Spanish, but
okay. And is that not a play off of that word? Because Negro was in a lot of stuff. Remember Blast from the Past? Remember that movie? Holy stars, a Negro!
That was funny.
That was a great movie.
Well, but here's the thing though. You're talking about a different context. So I don't even really say, because so obviously that comes from the Spanish negro, which just means black. So if
this is my main point. If someone makes up a word and they're part of a certain race, other races can't say it.
Presumably, yes. It depends.
That's a slippery slope, man. That's the first cancellation.
Well, right. So, but here's the thing. That's why I just
remember back in the day, if you said that, you got punched in the face, and that's what should happen. You shouldn't. People shouldn't be so like, oh my gosh, and then like they get in trouble or something like that. You know, they get taken off the internet. You know, that they get in trouble from school. It's like, nah, bitch, punch that motherfucker in the face. Why can't we go back to that? That's my whole point.
Well, I'm just saying that seemed to work because that's one of the reasons why I never say it. Because I don't like getting punched in the face.
Twisted Tea guy, man. Did you see that one?
Twisted Tea.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing! Like this black dude, he's holding a Twisted Tea. He's at a gas station. He's literally just waiting in line to pay, and this white dude is just talking all mad kind of trash and saying the N-word and just saying it da 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 da. And then the black guy is just like holding this can, and he's basically looking at him. He's like, "Oh, you fucking, well, I'll beat your ass." And the black guy's calm, and I commend him because I would not be calm. But anyway, so he's like, and he drops his Twisted Tea on accident. He bends down to pick it up, but the white guy kicks at it, right?
Ooh, that's a good way to get your ass kicked.
Dude, he didn't even kick his ass. I mean, he literally grabbed the can, loaded, boom, busted it on his face, and it went everywhere. And the dude, like, tried to come after him, and the dude put him on the ground and was like, "Are you still gonna fucking talk that shit?" Da da da. And I was like, that's my bro.
That's how you handle your business. Interesting fact, though, when I met I don't know if I met your uncle, but I did meet your cousin.
We went to Indy together, didn't we?
Yeah,
we went to the house.
We were kicking field goals.
Yeah, that's right. We went to
the only time I kicked a successful field goal in my life. And we were a decent distance. I mean, like for us, like at the collegiate level, would have been pathetic.
I remember kicking those things wrong. Your foot hurt for a day or two.
I know, but we got about 20 yards, did we not?
I don't know. We were younger. I don't think it was 20 yards.
No, maybe not 20.
Maybe 10.
I just remember 10-yard field goals. Yeah, maybe 10, but we were a lot younger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a good time.
I just remember being like, holy shit, I kicked it.
I remember staying there one night and hearing gunshots, and that was the first time, and I was like, whoa. I didn't know what they were, and then they told me the next day, and I was like, holy shit. It's like, my mom's letting me come up here?
Oh, God.
That was in the ghetto. Nah, it wasn't.
I don't even remember where that was.
Around Shadeland.
Yeah, that's very broad. Shadeland's.
Tim's and Shadeland, give or take.
Oh, okay.
I think Tim's and Shadeland. It was East Side.
I don't know. Cannot remember.
Yeah, it's all good. So Whoopi Goldberg probably lived close to me then. Just kidding. Hey, she wasn't super. She was super famous. Actually, she was super famous when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, because she used to be super funny and super enjoyable.
Yeah. Before she
got on The View.
That's the thing, dude. Like,
which is where careers go to die.
She sold her soul.
I'm pretty sure she dries her tears on all those fat checks that she gets.
She did. So what do you got, buddy?
I've drawn a blank because I didn't want to go down. I didn't want to go down the N-word road because I hate.
You got to. You know,
That's
you
just
got to get
it. That's
opinions
just
out
it.
there.
I know, but we don't. We really don't.
Yeah, we do.
Like, it's none of my fucking business. I don't.
Oh,
Like,
no, but the thing is, just because it's none of your business doesn't mean Kello.
doesn't mean Kello.
Kello. Did it get dark in here?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, did somebody turn out the lights?
Yeah. But anyway, so like just because I don't know, if you have an opinion on it, there's no reason you can't speak on it.
Well, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in the legal sense, yes, but some people have opinions in which they should not share with anyone.
People have opinions, and opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one.
Everybody has one, but sometimes they stink.
It's all good. See, that's fun, though, because it's always fun to debate stuff that you don't want to talk about, because then it brings out, like, true discourse, you know? You can, like, go back and forth, and you're like, you know, and you might end up agreeing, and you might end up still disagreeing, and that's okay.
That's
the
one
way
of the
it
few
should be.
times. I know, but that's one of the few roads I don't like to go down because it's like at the end of the day, what the fuck do I have to say about it? Outside of the free speech context, and even so, it's like, yes, I don't think you should be legally barred from saying it, but at the same time, I can't think of any good reason for me to ever say it, so I just don't.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree.
Cool. It was that easy, Whoopi. It's that easy.
Yes, but I did not apologize. I just said I agree.
But I'm not saying I'm sorry.
I did not have.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, except for that part where she blew me under the desk.
Oh, man. Tell you what. Monica Lewinsky, she blew a couple people's minds. No, I'm just kidding. She's the most famous person that knows a president under the desk. So, we want to move on to Rogan, talk a little shit about that. Did you see Neil Young came back out and it was like to the Spotify employees, you need to quit or you're going to lose your souls. And I'm like, bro.
No. In the
lose
words
your
of
souls? Come on, man.
In the words of Shang Tsung, Joe Rogan came out in the Spotify office, your soul is
That would be amazing if Joe Rogan literally did that. He'd be like,
and then he just turned to Neil Young and goes, you won next.
That would be fantastic.
Speaking of Shang Tsung, I haven't released it yet, but I did a reaction video to. Basically, it was this video about the stereotype of the asexual Asian man in cinema, and the only reason I did a reaction to it is because they used Shang Tsung as an example from the 1995 Mortal Kombat, and I'm just like, don't know if that's the best example, because this is the same movie where the lead protagonist is also an Asian male, and he does have a love interest, so
yeah, kind of defeats.
Not sure that's the best choice. Like,
I challenge her.
Johnny Cage.
You coward.
You. And then you told me about Johnny Tsunami, and now I can't look at him the same.
Oh,
like, yeah.
Hey, seriously though, like I love watching the two different. Like, I'm like, man, like people want to talk about range.
He's an actor.
Yes, I bet he has an English accent. Just kidding.
He goes from "Your brother's soul is mine" to
that's like in the Cobra Kai group on Facebook that you added me to. A lot of people are like, I didn't know Pat Morita actually sounds like a normal American. I'm like, did you not watch Happy Days?
American.
Like, did you not watch Happy? Who the fuck
But
hasn't
not
seen
only
an episode
that, because
of Happy
he was a fucking normal American.
Yeah, I mean, hell, he was born and raised here, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, and Mr. Miyagi was his voice that he made.
Miyagi. He made that shit up.
Miyagi-Do. And he did good, man, because I tell you what, people fucking quote the shit out of that little bitch. He's not a little bitch.
That little fella.
Rest his soul. And he didn't die
Yeah.
in 2014, Cobra Kai.
It was 2011, wasn't it?
2011, jerks.
I think they had to do that so it tied in with Sam's age.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
No, but anyway, my point. Shit, I was going with this somewhere. Oh, we brought up Shang Tsung. I brought up Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung
Wins.
Flawless victory. Your soul is mine.
But yeah, if anyone is interested, that video will be going live probably here in the next couple of days. I sent it to a couple of people just to make sure that it was kosher. I'm waiting to hear back because while I'm doing it, I'm like, I just don't want to sound like an ignorant ass here.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent it to a couple people that can verify that I don't sound like an ass.
I'd probably agree with you. That you don't sound like an ass, because Well,
I mean, I got one verdict back, and
you're talking about something cultural that you have no right to talk about. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not the same.
Shots fired.
Anyway, Mr. Rogan.
Have you tried elk meat? I think the whole Spotify thing is just insane, and the CEO is already backing Joe still because he knows exactly how much money that dude brings.
Well, and not only that, they already spent $100 million, and here's what these idiots don't understand: if they kicked Joe Rogan off tomorrow, they still have to pay him.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I don't think Rumble and all them understand. It's like, so if Joe Rogan cancels his contract, then he has to give back like a good portion of the money, if not most of it, if he cancels
his contract. Not to mention potential damages.
Yeah, so he'll actually owe money if he leaves.
Well, but here's the thing: Rumble's not actually trying to get Joe Rogan to sign up with them. They're trying to get attention. Yeah, because they know that they know that he can't break that deal.
And to be fair, I don't know anything about Rumble. I've never got on there. I've got on there like once, and I didn't like how it was, and I was like, it's really. It sucks because, I would like a different platform, because sometimes YouTube's a little too censory.
I would just prefer that they go back to just letting people put their content out there, and then if people like it, they get followers and likes and all that, and if people don't like it, they don't.
Quit trying to fact check shit, because half the time all that is opinion. 90% of the time it's opinion, fact checkers, I was reading on my Facebook, I've got a 90-day restriction, but it's not, I'm not like in Facebook jail for 90 days. I've got a 90-day restriction to where people don't see my stuff. It goes to the bottom of their feed. And I'm like, I don't care. I was like, no one likes my stuff anyway. So, but anyway, well, some of it, but,
I see your stuff.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Some people see it, but, so I'm just like, I go and look at the reasons I'm banned. Oh, a third-party fact checker said this and this, and I'm just like, and it was about I think vaccines not having as good of drew a big blank. Basically, not being as effective.
Efficacy.
Thank you. It didn't have as much I can't say that word. I know it, but I can't say it. So as much as they portrayed them to have originally, it's like, oh, you get this, you're done,
Well, that's the frustrating part, is because now what is becoming mainstream information was stuff that you were labeled a conspiracy theorist for last year.
Which that confuses me though, because I'm not a scientist and I don't claim to know any of the stuff, but mRNA technology. When you get those other vaccines, it's like, shouldn't it essentially change not your DNA, but how your body combats certain spike proteins and viruses? How come that doesn't last? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I don't understand it. I'm not going to pretend to understand it. That just sounds a little.
This is purely speculation on my part.
Gene therapy.
Well, no. And here's the thing: it never goes into the cell's nucleus, so it doesn't alter your DNA. That's a fact. But it's my understanding, because first of all, this is
You're
the first time
third-party fact checker. Who's going to fact check you?
I mean, that's the narrative. But I watched because it's new technology, but it's my understanding
Which is
that
fantastic technology.
if you think about it, yeah. But
mRNA is fantastic technology.
well, but here's the problem though, and this is from the Robert. I think it was the Dr. Robert Malone episode of Joe Rogan.
Uh-huh.
Um, he was saying the issue isn't that the technology isn't effective; it's the fact that the vaccines that they created were designed for the original strain of COVID-19.
Oh.
And he hypothesized that by the time they were rolled out, we were already into a new strain. So the
Which
spike
viruses are
proteins.
ever changing.
Well, but see, here's the thing though, because sometimes it's not a big enough change to affect vaccine efficacy, and sometimes it is. And it appears with COVID that it is. That's what it appears. Obviously, we can't say for sure,
Right.
but it's my understanding that the spike protein from the original strain is different enough from some of the other variants, which is why sometimes the vaccines give partial protection or at least less severe symptoms with some people. But there are so many variables there that it's hard to say.
That's what Regeneron is supposedly supposed to. That's actually. I was going to talk about that earlier. When you asked if you think I had Omicron, since it was less symptoms right now, but obviously I don't think I have COVID again. I think it's too soon, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I had Regeneron, and Regeneron supposedly is not effective at all towards Omicron.
I wonder how they could know that though.
I don't know. It's on the website.
I mean, they could know this. I have
studies,
no idea.
Studies, I'm assuming, but they said that, and I was like, I got Regeneron. I was administered Regeneron, and I didn't seemingly get better. I actually got worse, but I was also moving a house.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't able to actually rest, and that it got bad. You know, so but I don't think Regeneron really helped me. To be honest with you, laying in the hospital bed for like 2 hours and not having to do anything is what helped me get back and finish packing up the house. So
I would say, yeah, that probably did more for you than anything.
Yep. How long have we been on?
I think I have no idea. I am interested to see because Joe Rogan has almost an hour. Joe Rogan has pledged to have a more, and I'm a fan of this. He's said he wants to have more mainstream, not sources, but people who espouse more mainstream opinions, and I think that's fantastic because I want to see these people crack under the pressure of a 3-hour conversation.
That would be great because the thing is,
but here's the thing:
he gets people that basically agree with him.
But they're not going to.
No,
they're not going to come on his show.
They're scared.
Like with the exception of Sanjay Gupta, and I respect him more for it.
Yeah, and a lot of people are actually went after Sanjay, but like Rogan was like,
that's why
stop. He's a good guy.
Well, right, but here's the difference though. So Sanjay goes on Joe. Well, but Sanjay goes on Joe Rogan and then goes on CNN and
talk shit,
backpedals.
Joey even came out and didn't fight back at that. He was like basically like, I don't know. He said. I was like, Joe, dude, he's talking shit, bud.
Well, Joe's just too nice.
I guess so, but I mean, he was talking about vaccinated. He goes, why should I get vaccinated? He goes, I just had COVID. You know, and he's like, I'm in good health. I'm in good shape.
I mean, we can't say that on. We can't say that over the airways because we're
going
get another strike.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if this is true or not.
Probably not, but
I have not fact-checked with my third-party fact-checkers. Have you heard of a supplement called PQQ?
Nope.
I need to get some, but I still have no smell after having COVID.
Does it make your penis bigger?
PQQ, penis QQ.
penis quality quantifier.
That's pretty good. Yes, it does make your penis bigger. You can fact check that.
Woohoo!
No, apparently it helps bring back your taste and smell.
I'm gonna get some.
I'm alright. But
I'm good.
so I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna update y'all, let you know.
You gonna measure it?
Yeah,
You gonna wear a lab coat?
it's like 14. Just
Just
kidding.
14.
Centimeters.
See, here's here's the fucked up thing is we're not gonna get flagged for that being medical misinformation.
No. Yeah.
And meanwhile, PQQ stock is gonna soar through the roof. Now that we said it's a
No.
how shall we say a girth enhancing drug.
See, that's the thing. Listen,
Oh Jesus
girls,
Christ!
girls don't want a
Don't
bunch of
go there.
length. They're not trying to get their fucking stomachs rearranged. They like girth. Just saying. There's a fine line between perfect and too much. Now the girls that like say, "Oh, I need a foot long,"
Oh my God.
I'm like, bitch, you need to fucking hit up a 7-Eleven. I wish I could get my real voice back, man. This light talk is just, it's not me.
No,
I can't get,
really not.
I haven't had a true voice in like 2 weeks. Well, I don't know. I don't think I had I think I was kind of cracky last week. Cracky.
I didn't notice because the last podcast was just a fucking
Fucking shit
disaster.
show.
Oh my God. It was appropriate that the background was a sewer because that was the shits.
Hey, tonight was pretty good though.
That's not too bad considering how tired I am. I fucking got killed today.
You got killed.
Work kicked my ass, bent me over, and fucking just.
Uh-oh. They took PQQ, huh?
I was just gonna say it took PQQ and didn't tell me about it.
Well,
I was just like, hey,
let's end this whoopsie.
whoopie whoopsie. A whoopie whoopsie, if you will.
I need some more water anyway, so I'm getting a little hoarse. I need some water.
You're getting a lot of whores with the PQQ.
Oh, don't tell my wife that, she'll kill me. And she will. I've seen the knife. She showed it to me.
I already sent the email.
That's what was that? It wasn't me myself. Was it me myself and Irene?
I can't remember. It's been so long. The last time I watched that movie, the first thing I noticed was the gas prices.
Anthony Davis, I think that's his name. The black guy who's like fucking hilarious.
Anthony Anderson?
I'm sorry, Anthony Anderson. I don't know why I said Davis. When he's like, I don't think it's that movie, but no. I can't remember what movie it is, but he's like, the dude just like, he goes, my mama said if I get kicked out of college, she gonna kill me. She showed me the knife.
That does sound. So
he
I don't know, but he had a sitcom in the '90s that was hilarious.
Andy Anderson?
I think it. Yeah, all about the Andersons. I think it was only one season.
Season.
Only one season.
I don't know if you said it like that, but that's what it sounded like in my headphones.
It's only one season. Only one season.
Jesus. Oh, can't say that. Medical misinformation. He healed people with wine.
No.
It's a joke.
I know.
Listen here,
Whoopi.
Whoopi.
No, that sounded more like Dr. Fauci. So, I can't do Whoopi Goldberg. Sorry.
You can do a good Fauci.
But what we can do is talk about what an asshole Rand Paul is.
Dude, Rand Paul demolished him.
Actually, their last interaction, I thought Rand was kind of being a douche.
I don't know about their last. The one I saw, it was like great, and I was like, get him, man. You know.
I think that was the one prior to their last one.
Because the funny thing is, he tries to dismiss him, and he's like, he's a doctor too. And on top of that, well, I mean, he's a doctor.
I mean, he's a doctor.
He was
he's an optometrist, not an optometrist. He's an eye surgeon, yeah.
No,
ophthalmologist.
I thought he was a family doctor.
No, he's an eye dude.
I could have sworn it was him. I might be wrong. I thought it was him, and he was a family doctor, and he dealt with infectious diseases. Like
I
not
don't
on the
think so.
level of like theories. I'm not gonna say it. LAB
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Rand Paul's background is in
probably.
the not the
Yeah,
like internal medicine.
it's something to do with the eyes.
Yeah,
Hey,
but I mean, he is a doctor,
but he has good eyes, right? He can see the bullshit.
hey, hey, everybody in Australia has good eyes.
Good eyes. Good eye, mate.
Hey, good eye,
Are they saying good day or good
good
eye?
eye.
Good eye, mate. Oh
You got
shit.
to have good eyes in Australia because every other animal wants to kill you.
Yeah, Australia's pretty fucking gnarly. Yeah, with their lockdowns and
Now they got to have two good eyes.
yeah, it's like that's the perfect prison fucking continent.
It was a prison,
Yeah, I know.
like literally.
And then they turned it into a fucking
So I mean, so was Georgia. So
awesome country. Georgia was
originally, yeah, it was a penal colony.
penal.
Very, very early on. Penal. He
P
said penal.
PQQ. Pew Q Q. All right, man. So really believes it through though. Okay.
What?
Sosa said she really believes it though.
Who really believe? Oh, Whoopi. I'm assuming that. Well, I said that at the. I said that at the top of the show. That the sad thing is, I think Whoopi actually does believe that.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. I watched the clip. Have you actually watched the clip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like I was like, what the fuck is she going off about? What like this motherfucker's lost her mind.
Well, it struck me as something where she hadn't, like, she had the idea in her head, but she hadn't thought it through all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, because she was kind of like almost thinking it through as she was saying it.
Yeah, that sounds like Trump.
Sounds like what I, yeah, I mean, really.
Seriously,
It's,
no shit, because he wouldn't just think trash cans. No, but yeah, it's like think things through completely before you say them. I just earlier I was talking about something. And I was like, it happens to the best of us.
listen, I have the greatest brain. It's the best brain. It's tremendous.
It's better than Biden's. Just gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure anybody can be better than Biden. I poop my
got,
pants.
got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
I'm pretty sure this is speculation. I don't know if it's true, but I heard he did shit his pants.
Oh, I doubt that.
On a thing. He ran off the stage. And they said on the hot mic apparently something about bathroom, and I was like, dude. I was like, look,
See,
he's an old man. He's an old man. He's almost 80 years old.
I mean, they make
Give him a break.
diapers.
I know, but it's like, look, that's the thing. I don't like the guy at all. But
I mean, he's probably got to pee though.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
I just don't want to see our country burn. And in a sense, not legit like burn.
Well, that's why we gotta stop climate deniers, and so we can all have hairy legs.
What's funny is they what scientist studies rocks and then the
geologist?
Geologist, is that right? Where
Yep.
they would see how much like carbon was in a rock at a certain time period, like how carbon of carbon footprint was like more significant in the past. I was reading something about that. I can't remember. Basically saying that the carbon was more prevalent in the atmosphere in the past than it is now, and it was studied from geologists. Look it up.
Depends on what period you're talking about, but
long time ago.
Well, I know, but also a long time ago, the oxygen content was significantly higher as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but carbon is still damaging. You know, it's crazy though if you think about it. Like everyone's like, oh, we should be able to go back in the past and see dinosaurs. I was like, bitch, you wouldn't be able to breathe.
Well, no, you
You
might be.
breathe, but you would have to
It would
accustom to it
probably
because
be
you'd be lightheaded.
probably be uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
like,
yeah, there's probably more oxygen for
no,
sure.
there was a ton of oxygen compared.
Like the end of Don't Look Up. Don't worry, you might be a little lightheaded.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie. You know the funny thing is though, it got Don't Look
Well,
Up.
it's
What was nominated by the Golden Globes, and Spider-Man: No Way Home wasn't. I'm like, fuck you guys, seriously.
well, what the reason I found Don't Look Up so hilarious is because it was like
They were trying to make fun of something and ended up making fun of
and
themselves.
they ended up pointing out the problem.
Yeah. And they even tried to like make the president seem more like Trump, and I was like, that it seems more like Biden.
I know it seems a lot more like the left.
And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, did you guys like intend on this being like this? I was like,
it's as though they were holding up a mirror. It's like they were trying to hold up a mirror to Trump, but they didn't realize the mirror was turned towards them.
Like them,
like they're literally on there making fun of the fact that like the scientists aren't being listened to.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're also trying to stay, you know, if you really think about it, they're trying to say that people aren't listening to scientists now, you know, like
that's what I'm saying,
you know, but at the same time, it's like there are all kinds of scientists with different opinions. Like there are a ton of scientists with different opinions at all times. But, what was I, going to say?
but Whoopi Goldberg knows
Fuck
best.
Her. Fuck her.
Nah, it's fat. Whatever. Well, she's not exactly young
I don't
anymore,
care.
But
I'm getting fat too, but I also have an excuse. I'm 6'3".
You need to be more accepting, sir. Body positivity and all that.
Oh shit!
I'm fucking beautiful.
Beautiful, no matter what they say.
In every single way.
Or either that or beautiful. Just want you to know. You're my favorite Joe. All right, man. This is getting crazy. Lead us out. You look tired.
Yes, I am extremely tired.
I'm extremely tired. Listen here, Sammy Sprinkler.
What is that from?
Bench
Isn't that from the Benchwarmers?
Yeah, Sammy Sprinkler. Yes!
That movie's fucking great.
That was a great movie. Fantastic. John Heater, same character in every fucking movie.
Well, I mean,
like Matthew Broderick. Matthew Broderick's in this movie. Oh, it's Matthew Broderick.
Hey, Matthew Broderick is in glory. Don't be hating.
Hey, and I bet it's the same character he plays.
I was gonna say it's still Matthew Broderick.
That's like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's the same character in every movie. I still like him as an actor.
Not true. Mysterio was not gay. Well, maybe he was. I don't know. Was Mysterio gay?
I don't know, but that's funny.
Unanswered. Anyway.
Sammy Sprinkler here. Can I be your statistician?
Oh my gosh. He loves Sammy Sprinkler, that's for sure.
Dude, Sammy Sprinkler 2024.
Hey, speaking of Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal, she's fucking hot. You know who she is? His sister.
Yes, I know
Donnie
who she
Darko,
is.
dude. She was in it.
Yeah, I know who Maggie Gyllenhaal is. I do not.
She was hot in Donnie Darko, which was in like 2002, 2003, 2004. That's a great movie, by the way, if you've never seen it.
Nope. I need to.
It's
I need
fantastic. Fanny banana. All right, lead us out.
Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Average Intelligence Podcast. As always, you can catch us every week, usually on Sundays, but somebody has a surprise hot date on Sunday, so we had to reschedule, but that's okay. Normally, you can check us on Sundays in and around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you missed the live broadcast, you can always check it out on the old YouTube channel, as well as some awesome clips, which, you should like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends because they're awesome. And if you prefer to listen to us talk without seeing our gorgeous faces, you can check us out on the aforementioned audio platforms, which include but are not limited to Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Radio Now, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I'm probably forgetting one, but fuck it, there's a list.
He's got
And then
it.
you can also check out our exclusive but available to everyone official merchandise store, where you can get merchandise from not only the Average Intelligence podcast, but also the Down the Middle podcast, and plus just anything that I think is funny.
All right, that media.
Oh yeah, that too, which I was turning to show, but you can't see it because we have a
Subscribe
green
to
screen,
Jake's channel. Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to all the channels.
All the channels.
Well, not all the channels.
Just not Joe Rogan's. Just kidding. Just
Anywho.
kidding. Alrighty. Well.
All right. Thank you. Fuck